Over the next few months, or maybe even years, I plan to take a look at this 1975 Sprite 400, take it apart down to its frame and rebuild it in an effort to restore this vintage Caravan to its original glory. Okay, so we'll give you a little walk around just to see what's going on. This is the opening for the fridge compartment. Unfortunately, the cover is missing, as well as the cover for one of the water outlets, and I'm not sure. I still have to figure out which is the inlet for the fresh water and which is the outlet for the gray water. It has two tanks inside, which you'll see in a minute. It has another outlet here, which I'm guessing is for the fresh water. Fresh water if you're parked at a RV site. And the exhaust for the furnace. I don't know if this is going to come through. Back of the trailer is in okay condition, except for the fiberglass. The fiberglass itself is very rough, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fix that, but I'll take a look in a bit. It's also missing, or it's got a broken taillight. The taillights will have to be changed anyway because the license plate in our province has to be lit up, so we're going to have to take a look at that. The windows from the outside look okay, but some of the hardware is broken on them, so I'll have to repair that. One thing you'll notice here is the trim on the siding has two stripes on it, one on the top, one on the bottom, and it's made by separate sections of the aluminum sheeting. Now that seems to be common only to ones that I've seen that are found in Canada for some reason. I can't explain why, but that's something I'm going to be looking into as well. And in the front, and again, I'm not sure if this is the way it's supposed to be, but it looks to be. And it looks to have a sheet of plastic on the front as a rock guard, and it's coming apart here. See that? Now, looking at the back of the trailer, you'll notice that around the windows there is a lot of wood rot, and the previous owner had left it in this condition, apparently tried to repair it at some point, and then gave up on it. Gave it to the person I bought it from, and he was going to try and rebuild it as well, but chose not to, and I was able to pick it up for free in this condition. This is how I found it when I got it. So it had all this, the back part already removed, so I have no idea what the original shape of this interior was supposed to be like. So if anybody has information on that, please let me know. The one thing that is kind of original is over here on the left. We have the stove, or the heater, and here there's a cabinet, and there's the sink is supposed to go here, a couple of drawers down here, and a cupboard down there. The fridge, which seems to be in okay condition, I have no idea whether it runs or anything, and the spout and the stove. And again, the front is also missing, but what there is back there is the gray water tank. At least I'm guessing that's the gray water tank, and this one here I'm guessing is the freshwater tank. And also bolted to the floor, and it looks like it's in kind of rough shape, but I'll have to find out, is the regulator for the AC coming into the trailer. So I'll find out whether that works. It's actually bolted to the floor, so at some point there must have been a bench. It looks like there may have been a bench down covering this whole length here, and would have doubled as a bed. Up here you can see that there's a bit of a line, which may have been for an upper cabinet. I would guess the upper cabinet would have been, you see, it would have gone from here and around up to here for some storage over top of this window. There are a couple of lines here, and I'm not exactly sure what they would have been from. So if anybody has any ideas of why those two lines would have been there. And again, over here looks like something was screwed to the wall, maybe a mirror perhaps. That I don't know. And again, over here there's a line on the wall, which may have been for another above cabinet. There's a couple of holes here, so I bet that there was another cabinet in this area here. Now, in the pictures that I've seen of other 400 models, I haven't seen any cabinets like that, so I'm not exactly sure what configuration that would have been in. And I also don't see anything, any kind of signs of the bunk bed that was available for this trailer, except for maybe these two. I don't know if that would have been part of the bunk bed, because there are similar markings on this side as well. So if that is in fact part of the hanger that made up the bunk bed, I'd like to know that. And also there are these little holes here, symmetrically, one on each side. And I'm not sure if that was part of the original fold-out bed or what that was even from. I'm really not sure. The wiring in here, one thing I'm going to do is document the wiring, because another thing on YouTube is a lot of people were wondering about the wiring of this trailer, and I thought that I could document that for everyone. That wiring and also the internal wiring. Unfortunately, not much of that still exists, but I thought that it might be good to know. And also down here, if you notice on this model, it's a 1975. It has, and I don't know if you can see that very well, it has plastic wheel well covers. And when I first came to get this trailer, the tire on the passenger side had blown out. And in the process of blowing out, it actually shredded the plastic wheel well cover. So this is the condition it's in. I'll have to rebuild that, probably as a metal cover. Now, one thing I was looking at, if I can get enough information, I wanted to consider rebuilding this in the manner it was built originally. But I don't know the configuration of how the benches were in here or over here. I really like some of the pictures I saw with the bunk bed unit over top. Oh, it's too bright there. With the bunk bed unit, the bench. But again, in this particular model, I don't know how it was laid out. It looks like I also need a new fan. I was thinking of putting a Fantastic fan or something up in here, because there's a lot of rot in here. Previous owner had tried to repair it with some angle brackets, but this really needs to be replaced. In fact, what I'm going to do is gut the whole thing. Now here's some information about this particular trailer. As you can see, it was a 400 Elite, which I've never heard of in any of the documentation I've found. Made in Napanee, Indiana, so it's an American-made trailer. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying to rebuild this thing. I want the outside to look as original as possible, but the inside we'll have to take a look at and see how I'm going to rebuild it. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.